Well, I'm back. I feel real good about myself, you know what I mean? Just save that guy for later, you know what I mean? That's why I won't do 2 shows a night anymore, babe. I won't do them. Hey, these aren't my rules. Come to think of it, I don't have any rules. Okay, no more Beetlejuice. No more Beetlejuice. Hey, thanks everyone for tuning in. This is gonna be quite the stream. I know a lot of you have been waiting for this, and I have too. So, every year, for the past, I don't know how many years, I want to say probably this is my 3rd annual. Let's go with that. That sounds pretty. Let's say 3rd annual, maybe 4th. I don't know. Someone's going to tell me. Welcome to the assembly of my spooky village for Halloween. I've done this for a long time, and apparently it's a staple of my channel, which I didn't know. I'm always, when I think of what my channel's known for, usually it's store walkthroughs, Spirit Halloween content, and honestly some of the short films actually get pretty popular, which is, interesting. And masks and that kind of stuff. But I didn't realize that Limax was a big pull for my channel, and I only saw it because this year there have been shipping delays out the wazoo. Out the wazoo. And lo and behold, I got tons of comments saying, Haunt, where are the Limax videos? And my answer was, I didn't get any Limax stuff for 2021 yet. But now I have. And now I can happily say the stream is here. It's time to assemble this bad boy. Now you're going to notice I have something in my mouth. It's a lozenge. It's a throat candy thing. Because these live streams actually do take a little toll on my throat because I talk so much while I do them, because I'm kind of... There's a lot of you watching, but in my room it's just me. So I have to kind of entertain myself here. And entertain all of you. So I have to keep my throat moist. I know you don't like to hear that word. But thank you to all 40 of you. I was just thinking, I was like, man, God has really blessed me with all of you guys, with this channel. So I just want to say thank you. I get so many kind comments all the time. I've met so many of you this year between Flagship and at other experiences. And even the people who have donated tonight so graciously. So I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you guys. I do appreciate you. I try to like every comment and heart it that I can. I do read your comments. Just a little catch up, because I haven't done a stream in a while. I'm doing good. I have begun working on the haunted house for 2021. It's a trail this year. If you didn't check it out, watch the trailer for the trail. I am also working on an upcoming horror short, which will be my Halloween short for 2021. I'm super stoked about it. Got a great lineup, a cast, actually a theme already, believe it or not. It's really creepy, so if you're into that. I'm also planning Hauntober, and Hauntober this year is going to have a lot of fun stuff. New episodes of Uncanny, Nightmare Fuel, prop and mask reviews, movie reviews, food reviews. It's a lot of reviews. I'm actually trying to do this thing. I've wanted to do it for a few years, and you can tell me if this is stupid or not in the comments, but I wanted to do some kind of ultimate candy assembly where I taste test all of these different Halloween candies and determine the best Halloween treat. I've just wanted to do that for a while, so I'm planning that. Different horror series things, franchise stuff. This year I'm trying to incorporate different horror movies that I haven't touched before. So there's that. New background, new theming. Just a lot of fun stuff. I love doing Hauntober. You guys seem to like it. As of now, it seems like it's going to be every other day. It's going to be every other day in October. And like my good friend Dr. Pester said, I want to keep it very open in terms of what I do. I don't want to stick to one thing. Because a lot of people in the Halloween community, I'm not faulting them, I'm just saying why I want to branch out. A lot of people stick to animatronics, props, animatronics, spirit. That's, that's the bread and butter of what I do. I want to expand and do a different stuff. The movie reviews, the real-life horror. I'm actually an author. I don't know if you guys know this. I've been writing a lot of scary stories. You can find some of them on the Creepypasta wiki. But besides that, I'm working on a book where you'll see never-before-seen stories. All of that coming soon. Suffice it to say, there's a lot of fun stuff planned, and I'm glad to have you along for the ride. I appreciate that donation, Dark Owl. Candy corn is one of the best candies, but I will say it does bring up a good competition with the mellow cream pumpkins. And we'll get into all of that when I do the candy stuff that's coming. I also have some funny candy stuff. Skittles has these new shriekers that are like super sour. And there's also this thing called the Toe of Satan, which is literally like the hottest thing on the planet, and I was debating getting it. I don't know if I will. I might chicken out. And also thank you to, I think it was Spirit Hunter. You also sent a donation. That means a lot. So thank you. Like I said, my throat gets a little dry. It might turn into the Beetlejuice voice. People are going to be calling me up at shopping centers, asking me to do autographs and crap like that. That makes my life a living wreck. Alright. Okay, so we're going to jump into this. Now, I cheated a little bit this year. I already kind of planned out some stuff of what I'm going to do for the Lemax town, just to make it a little more cohesive and a little easier for me to do live. Because when I'm live, do you really want to see my butt facing the camera while I'm messing with wires? Maybe you do, but I wouldn't want you to have to do that. So, I've set all my Lemax pieces off to the side right here. We got my boy Michael Myers in the back. Shout out to Mike. Chucky's down there. Another Chucky up there. Chucky's. There's a whole bunch of Chucky's. You're seeing a different angle of my room. Usually, right that way is where I usually do this display. If you remember, in previous years, it's up high on like a higher shelf where I usually do my set. Should I just turn the camera? Yeah, let's just turn the camera. Hang on. Ooh, behind the scenes. This is my usual set. When you see me in my videos, usually I'm like, yay, I'm about there, and I move my camera stuff here, and I'm like, for all things Halloween. But, as you can see, I'm getting this ready for Hauntober, and this space wasn't big enough. So I've changed it around a little bit. We're scooting over here this year. But I'm actually really stoked. I think this is going to be a really good use of the space. So, with that being said, we're going to assemble this spooky display village. I am making a room tour that's coming soon. So thank you guys. Thank you, Vibrant Animatic. I probably butchered your name. I really do appreciate you tuning in. Where's Miss Mercy? Miss Mercy's not in my room. She's downstairs. That's not Jumping Spider. That's actually the brown wolf spider. Will be in a future haunt build video. Alright. I talked enough. Did you make that Michael Myers behind you? My friend... Okay, before I jump, let me just explain Michael. My friend works at a fitness place, and they have like mannequins with fitness attire on them. Well, lo and behold, they didn't need this mannequin anymore. They're gonna throw it out. And he goes, he took it, and then he realized that he thinks he knows someone who might like a mannequin, being me, because I'm weird. And I did. I wanted the mannequin. So Michael Myers here is mannequin and my creation. He's got overalls, coveralls on with a black t-shirt, one of my old black shirts, and the H2 mask from Tots. That's what Michael Myers is. Yeah! Alright. Let me get a little water. And we're going to jump into this display. Now, there's a few new pieces. Let me show those off real quick. One of those is this bad boy right here. Oh, really? Okay, that's great. There goes another piece. Look, okay. I didn't want to turn this stream into a rant, but I might have to. I ordered this. I just got it today. That's why this stream's happening. Look at the side of this. Fencing, gone. Fencing, gone. Zombies, gone. And I can't really blame the shipment, because, you know, the FedEx, UPS, whatever guys, they don't know what's in the box. But Lemax, if you were like a cheapo thing, I wouldn't care. I'd look the other way. This thing is retail like $50, $60. It shouldn't be falling apart for $50 to $60 for this. Something I could put in my hand like that really shouldn't. I noticed too that the Zombie Wreckers is a tad smaller than I thought it was going to be. It's fine. I like the piece a lot. But that's just a thing. I always criticize, if you notice, things that I love, because I want to see them improve. Spirit, I've criticized. There's a lot of different companies and retailers that I have made note about, but this really could be fixed, in my opinion. But I'm going to save my rant for later. This is the new piece I got, as well as... Whoa! Am I breaking more? Whoa, another zombie just fell! Are you serious right now? The other zombie just fell off, literally right now. Whew! I might need to get my hot glue gun out. I'm not going to do that for the stream, but... By the way, I'm going to be looking on my phone from time to time. That's because I can watch the chat on the phone. Yeah, I'm going to glue it back on. I'm not having a bad day. No. I'm having a good day. You guys are all here with me. Two other things I got. One is, are these new tombstones, I should say. They're pretty cool looking. This one says, help, with hands coming out of the ground. I just thought they were cool, little stylized things, kind of funny. I kind of like that little blend of horror and comedy. And this one says open house. Kind of reminds me of Beetlejuice. I don't know why. Thank you, Bubby. I appreciate that a lot. There's the tombstones. I also went ahead and got this bag of maple leaves, which will adorn the town. So the thing about this year's town, unlike previous years, it's a bigger space, which means I wanted a different kind of feel to it. This year's feeling is like a neighborhood, like a little town, a trick-or-treating town with people in it. So that's what we're going to be trying to accomplish. I've mapped out where I think stuff's going to go, but you can send your suggestions in the comments, and I'll try to look at them. So let's jump into it, and I will try to answer some questions, and I'll talk about random stuff while I'm doing it. But we're going to jump into assembling this spooky village. Now, I did see a question. By the way, these are all the boxes for the stuff. I did see a question that was, do I have the Halloween 3 witch mask? And the answer is, I don't, but I will be getting it to complete my collection. Of course, from one of my favorite Halloween movies. Of course, I'm going to complete the collection. Let me pull up, I'm going to bend down here. Will you all marry me? Nah. Let's not go that far. Let's not go that far. Okay. What's your favorite Lemax house this year? Well, I was gonna say Zombie Wreckers, but it broke on me. It's still pretty good. I also like the Apparition Academy. The hotel is really good too. There's a few really good ones. I also still like the Toy House, Toy Factory, whatever you want to call it. I know it's from last year technically, but I like it. My thoughts on 2 Scoops. 2 Scoops is neat. Mutant Clown. It's hard not to like that. I'm probably not going to get it, obviously, but I honestly wish it was one we saw in stores as opposed to Sewer Pennywise. I'd rather have... Or an old one. Like, why do we need to see some of those old ones again? Bring in 2 Scoops. Bring in W. Wraith. That's just me. Okay. Let's jump into this. So as you can see, this space is quite large. We have a lot of surface area to cover. Let's see if I can bring you a little closer, shall we? I know I'm wrecking my sturdy vibe already. There we go. That's nice. Say hi to Chucky. Hi, Chucky. Hi, Squidward. All right, let's do this. So the first thing is the ground. Always important to start with your baseline. We're going to be using this cobblestone. Now, this you can use for Halloween or Christmas. I really think you can work it either way. I'm going to get it right up to the line of my background. And then I'm going to fill in the back with a piece of moss. I think that'll look just dandy like that. I think that'll look just fine. Now, the next thing you're going to need are these pieces. You see that? They're styrofoam. I'm going to go ahead and set these right here. Like I said, I kind of pre-planned some of this to make it a little easier on myself, but some of it is, well, you'll just have to wait and see. Now, I think this went over here. My bad. I'm figuring out what I did. I'm remembering. I'm not that stupid. Kind of stupid. Okay. So as you can see, there's 2 different sizes. You have yourself a small boy. And there's also El Guapo boy. My first time, I feel like it's the first time I've house at my friend, and you're showing us all your stuff. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. You guys are. Come chill with me. And again, sorry if I don't get to all your questions. But I will try to. Have I heard of Squidward's you-know-what aside? I don't know if YouTube will ban me for saying it. Squidward's sewer slide? Yes, I have. It's a very creepy story. As I mentioned at the beginning of this stream, I actually write creepypastas, so if you wouldn't mind giving mine some love, you can find my name on there. It's Mac Ralston, all one word, capital M, capital R. That's how you find me on the wiki. Where's my other little piece? Ah, there we go. Whoop. And I think I want it like that. I usually like a little... One of the things I've been trying to do is I like a little bit of depth. You know, some motion in the ocean. Some groundwork. So you see how that looks? Let's see if I can get you any closer. Do you like that? Take a look at that. We have flat cobblestone, grass that ascends, kind of like a mountain over here, plateau, cave area, plateau that's slightly higher on both sides. That's the start. That's just the start. Now we're going to go in and I will post, by the way, I will post some of those creepy stories on YouTube if you're curious. Route 936 or 963 or whatever is on there, yeah. Security breach haunt would be awesome. I'm gonna keep going on the Lemax town, but I am reading your comments as I go. So this is the basic bottom that I want for the display. Now we fill it in. So I have to figure out what I want where. So basically my idea is there's 3 different themes I have for this spooky display. We have a pumpkin patch, We have industrial, kind of like the shops, if you will, which includes zombie records. And we have the town itself with the buildings in it. Where do we want to start? I'm going to say let's start at the pumpkin patch and we'll work our way over. First up is we've got the Mad Pumpkin Patch, which, as you know from previous years, this and this stopped spinning. So it's not a very mobile piece necessarily, but it certainly has a look to it that you just can't deny. So I'm going to leave that there. Wires I'll figure out momentarily once I get enough pieces on the board. I just want to make sure the that's not going to hobble over. I think that's pretty sturdy. Okay. That's fine by me. Next, we have our Spooky Hollow patch. There we go. That one's going to go... Let's put that one right here for now. When we can always move it, but I just want to get the floor plan down. Now that we have the two pumpkin patches, I'm going to stop touching that. Now we can move to the rest of the board. Starting with one that I don't use every year, but I'm going to try to incorporate it this year somehow, is our friend, the Dead Man's Cabin. Dead Man's Cabin, I'm going to let you chill right up here up front. Might move you. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling, you know. And Withered Mansion, I think I would like you. This one is my favorite piece that I have because of the beautiful thunder and lightning effects. And we're going to put that about... yay? Yay, maybe? Let's see. Let's see. When we get the plugs sorted out, that's when I'll figure that out. This back strip of land, by the way, is going to be used for the cemetery, as tradition. I usually like to do that. Next up, we have probably my favorite piece thematically, the Wasteland Pub. Woohoo! You know that's my vibe. I love it. I love zombies, Wasteland, Alien, all that weird junk. Let's leave that there. Wasteland Pub looks nice. Now, it may look like it's behind Withered Mansion a little bit, but when it's in 3D, it looks a lot better. I'll show you that in a minute. Now we have the Garden of Eden, also one of my favorite pieces. I mean, a lot of these are just so cool. I love this kind of vibe. As you can tell, I'm very into green. I like green a lot. I like purple a lot, too. Let's put that one right about here. So these are kind of the shops of the town. That's in my mind, anyways. Also, I want to give a big thank you and shout out because this would not be possible without my friend Andrew's videos. Andrew, thank you for always contributing to this display. He's been a really cool friend. I play Xbox with him a lot. And he graciously sent me a few really cool pieces, including this one, which is a giant spider in a graveyard. And it does light up, and it will look really rad in the dark. This is battery operated. Now I could use an adapter, but I'm not going to as of yet for this piece. And the graveyard is going to go right about here. That might change, we'll see. The wires are going to be tricky this year, but I'm confident to figuring it out. Cave of Souls is next. Also another one that Andrew graciously donated. Take a look at that. See that? That is cool. Doesn't even need animation. Just a really clever use of a spring. That's going to go in this corner. Right about yay. Which means I will have to move our Withered Mansion friend. to about maybe there. Hey, that's not looking too bad. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. We're getting down to the wire. We have the Dragon's Lair, which was my piece for last year, my newest piece. Really nice. Kind of weird for me. I'm not usually into the medieval or the dragons or the fantasy stuff, but I like the architecture. What can I say? I'm going to put it kind of in the back there. Looks a little different. And finally, last but certainly not least, although made me a little aggravated losing all this today, is Zombie Records, which is like a giant jukebox. My newest piece that I just got in the mail literally today. Thank you, Michaels. Let's set that maybe about yay. Again, this could change, but let's see how that looks for now. I think that looks pretty darn cool. Let's see if I can quickly unmount my stream here. Give you a little look at what we're rocking with. We're cooking with fire now so far. See that? That's where we're at. It's not much, but it's honest work. What can I say? Okay. Now we get into the nitty-gritty. But I first think that it would be appropriate to begin assembling these wires. Wires can get tricky on you guys. Let me just say that. Whether you're doing a haunted display, whether you're doing a haunt, whether you're doing a Limax town, wires, they get in your way. Thankfully, I kind of planned this out. I'm a logistics guy. Sorry if my butt's in the camera. But there we go. There's our friend, the Mad Pumpkin Patch. Now, a lot of these, you'll notice I already have the sound turned off because I don't like a lot of the noises that they make. Plus, hearing it 24/7 in my room is not really a walk in the park. Do we have an issue here? That is quite unusual. That one appears to be broken, question mark? You know what I gotta do real quick? I have to consult another adapter. Let's try a single adapter. If the single adapter doesn't work, then I know something's wrong. Oh my gosh, I think this piece is broken. It worked fine last year. Oh, there it goes. What? Whoa. It's like short-circuited. Look at that. Oh, I'm snapping it back to reality. All right, well, I'm gonna go with a big maybe. Maybe. Maybe has a loose wire in it. Well, whatever. We roll with the punches here on Hauntformer. Nothing I haven't seen before. I think Andrew said that it has some kind of glitch, as it did in previous years. I believe him. He probably knows my pieces better than I know them. And let me switch on this guy back here. And I can fit one more with this particular wire. let's say Withered Mansion is our boy. Although that's going to be... These wires are going to be a pain in the butt. Whatever. We will figure it out, ladies and gentlemen. We'll figure it out. You know what I could do? Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna hack time. No, I'm not. But I am gonna hack the system. Heck yeah. Modern problems require modern solutions. If you can't see what I'm doing because my butt is in the way or just a slew of other things, I moved the wire beneath the grass. If you couldn't tell. That's what I did. Now, that looks good. I don't know what to do about Dead Man's Cabin. I'm probably going to have to get some kind of batteried one for that because he's just going to be chilling for now. I only have 1 bulb, and that's going to go to our dragon lair. So in the meantime, he's just going to chill. On to the dragon lair and the other guys. Let's start with... Who do we want to start with? Wasteland Pub, I suppose. Maybe. Huh. I guess let's do Wasteland Pub. Hey, look, the farm's working now. You guys see that? And for optimal viewing experience, I would recommend watching the stream. Maybe while you have some Halloween music in the background. Just because it makes it more spooky. I don't want to get copyright stricken. So that's why I'm not playing any. Let's turn on the Cave of Spirits. It looks so much better when it's all lit up. I totally agree. It really, really does. And it's not even done yet. You'll notice Lemax goes a little heavy with the green. I won't complain. I love green. It does appear that some of these wires are going to give me a tricky time. Because Lemax likes to make their cords... Look, when you plug it in, like I have a strip back there, but my strip has 6 things in it. As soon as I plug this in, it takes up like 3. So I can only use like 2 of these suckers. We'll do what we can do. You know what I mean? I definitely want to plug in Zombie Records, because that's the new boy. New kid on the block. Literally. So I think it's only fair to let the new guy shine. What's nice about Zombie Records over here, which I'll pan over in a minute, but it's purple. See that? A purplish pink color. And you got a little zombie in there washing records. So cool. So cool. We're down to the wire now. I do feel like there's a way that I can... I thought there's a outlet back there, but I'm not gonna risk it now. Always something, right? Never can be easy, right? Well, because this is a stream, for the meantime, I am going to unplug Michael Myers' light. Because I'm paying attention to the Lemax today. Let's see if I can move some of these cords around, make it a little better. This might work. Give me a sec. Yeah, if you are seeing nobody, that's to be expected in some of my streams. I am not a fire certified technician, so if something blows up, call whatever, something. Call some number. I think I'll be okay. Yes, it worked! Hi, Jerry rigged it. Thanks, Jerry. Alright, I think this will work. Light. This reminds me of that episode of SpongeBob where they have to keep the egg warm. What was that egg's name? Frank or something? Alright. Garden of Eden. Was that it? Oh my gosh, did we do it? I think... My boy, I think he's got it. Wow. Well, would you take a look at that, guys? Look at how well this is coming along. Let me just flip this around. Take a look at this. And this one went out again. That's just great. I'm going to have a big dark spot in my thing. Well, I will have to figure that out. I'm not going to... Whatever. Just imagine that it's turned on and it looks awesome. Withered Mansion. Wasteland Pub. Cave of Skulls. Garden of Eden. Dragon's Lair. Zombie Records. Take a look at all that. Yep, keep your Halloween music going in the background, guys. Let's flip this back around. Plug it back in. There we go. Now, on to the details. The devil is in the details, my friend. And, what I'll do is, you know what y'all do? Because I got a whole bunch of stuff that I still have to put on this town. Let's start with all the lit stuff. Not like lit like as in cool. I mean, it is cool, but I mean lit like this. This 3-pack of trees, which is actually not Limax, it's Department 56. But sometimes you just can't help yourself, can you? Nope. No, I can't. I guess that was me talking to myself, maybe? Question mark? Alright, let's plug this in. This in. Let's put the battery pack over here. So many wires. Let's move this graveyard up a little bit. I love these trees. I love those trees. They look so cool. I know you can't really see them. I lift that up. Now you can. See them back there? I love those things. They're so cool. Alright, now we got the trees. That's a start. That's a good start to detail work. Except nothing ever stays straight. Just stand up straight. It's that easy. I'll fix it later. Next up, these street lights. I got these also. I think they're Department 56. They light up too. I found that Department 56 has some pretty cool light up pieces that you can only get with them. So I do. Question is, where do I want these? Maybe I want them right at the front of the town. Like that. Ooh! Oh! I sounded like, one of the mad scientist props. Oh! Or Jimmy. One of the Jimmy props. Whatever. I'm just figuring out as I go. Now I sound like the morbid Beetlejuice, and you don't want to sound like that. Okay. There we got those. I think that looks kind of cool. What do you think? I think that looks kind of dope. Right in front of Withered Mansion. Those two little lights. I think that's cool. Very spooky indeed. You took the words right out of my mouth, Cinderella. Let's keep going. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty. Another lit piece I have is El Luna, aka the moon. I love the moon. Did I mention that? I love the moon. I always tend to put the moon back here too. Because it's the moon. Why would you not? All of the... Literally, there's so many wires back here. It's not even funny. I'll figure that out a different time. Now, if I'm being 100% honest, I don't leave the battery stuff on all the time. Usually what I do is in the morning I turn on all the plug-in pieces, and all the battery ones I only turn on for occasions like this, when I'm filming videos of it, and any other special occasions, but yeah. But when it's all turned on, it looks so much better. Usually on Halloween, I turn it all on too. Now we have the moon. Moon looks pretty good, eh? Got a full moon out. Which means there's bound to be some werewolves. Up next, the countdown to Halloween. I believe there's 69 days till Halloween. I have it at 70 because I was setting this up a little bit yesterday, but you can correct me in the comments. I'm pretty sure I'm right. I think it's like around 60-something days. I'm going to put that right next to the house. Oh, rip. Let's just leave it there for now. I can move it, maybe. Maybe do I want it in front of the mansion, or would that look dumb? You know, that doesn't look bad. It kind of covers up the wire. Nah, I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, why not? 68 days. Okay, 68, I was close. Another piece from my good friend Andrew. This really cool pickup truck. Why is the moon green? Good question. Because Lemax likes their green, apparently. Got a ghoul and a pickup truck. I think he goes... All the pumpkin stuff needs to kind of go together. I think that looks good right about there. What do you think? Right there is nice. I also just bought, I'm really happy about this, a tree. Trees are important because I bought these leaves. So I feel like I can't buy the leaves and not buy the tree, and vice versa. So we have ourselves the tree. Maybe the tree can go down here. Yeah, that depth of field, baby. Yeah. And also got myself another piece from Andrew, along with this mummy guy, which we'll get to him in a minute. But also got this Scarecrow Harvester. Let's put him right here. I also have some assorted pumpkins that I also got recently at Michael's. Yes, I agree. Let's put these. I'm going to sprinkle them around a little bit. Beautiful. Or beautiful, as I may say. That looks good. We're still rocking and rolling. Next, just some random stuff. For example, the Spooky Town sign, I think would probably go here, as it's a good segue from the pumpkin patch area into the town itself. And we also have the Grim Reaper with a haunted house for sale sign. Of course, I always usually put that by Withered Mansion, so I feel like it needs to go there too. Of course, this piece right here, this guy with these live feed me Seymour Venus flytraps. Boink, 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 boink. Also, should probably go with its respective piece. Yeah, let's put it right there. I like to come up with the story, so maybe he's taken these into the town. Let's just go with that. Where would be a good place for that? Sorry, I'm detail-oriented mode now. Yeah, let's leave them there. I have to reassemble this treacherous little zombie records. Probably re-glue some of these pieces, but that kind of made me sad. Not gonna lie. Oh, and I also have this piece too. I forgot about this pumpkin guy. Or not. I mean, he's not a pumpkin guy. He's wheeling a pumpkin. I guess he'd be up here probably. Maybe back there. He's wheeling a pumpkin behind the Mad Pumpkin Patch. I also have in my box of devilish ghoulies this right here. This little guy. I have so many pumpkin ones, it appears. Let's put him here. 'Cause why not? Woo! That pumpkin patch display, besides this light breaking, is probably one of the coolest designs I've done in a while. Not to pat myself on the back. Let's move over a tad. Thank you again, Dark Owl. Yes, I appreciate the donations. The donations just go for probably more spooky stuff. So you're doing yourself well. Now, I do have in my box of creatures here some pretty cool finds. Mostly graveyard stuff and trees. But I have a few other things as well. I first have some zombies, assorted zombies, which will probably go by Zombie Records and Wasteland Pub. And I also have these twin girls, probably from The Shining. Probably got killed by Delbert Grady. Or is it Charles Grady? Who's to say? Let's put them right out front. That looks good. And some of the zombies, you won't be able to fully see it. Let me spin that here. I want a zombie to go here. Like, he's really desperate. He is, like, super desperate. Where should I put him? Right there. He just really wants some pub and grub, okay? He's desperate. What can I say? We all go a little desperate sometimes. Back here, I actually have a use for this witch now. Can go right by the dragon's lair. Looks ever so good. And I have a bunch of the Dollar Tree Tombstone Corners stuff. And I got like, hang on, I'm grabbing it all. Let me just grab the rest of this junk. I don't mean junk. I mean good stuff. It's all down in this box. I got some snakes. Also from Mr. Andrews' videos. Probably one of the coolest Lemax people out there. I got little gnomes. What to figure out where these gnomes should go. I want them in a good place. Oh, probably in front of the Garden of Eden. I just feel like that's a pretty good botanical area. And then all this Dollar Tree Tombstone Corner stuff. Boom! 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 Boom, boom! I also got these guys. Boom! Brand new. I don't know why I'm saying boom so much. I got a bunch of dead trees. And the secret ingredient, besides the leaves, of course, is a trick that's not actually mine, although a lot of people attribute it to me, but it's not mine. I wish I thought of it. Christmas snow, which I don't use as snow. You pull it super fine, super thin, and it becomes fog. And I'll show you that in just one moment. Let's continue with the graveyard, which I may have to move the graveyard a little bit because well, let's see. Because here's the thing. There's a big empty space right here. So I'm wondering. Let's just see. I'm just experimenting now here. Don't have to go crazy on me. Okay, maybe that doesn't look good. I'm just trying it out, alright? Nah, I don't. That looks kind of dumb. If there's a will, there's a way, my friends. If there's a will, there's a way. Oh, that can go there. That makes a lick of sense. You know. Maybe it does. I feel like I need some more people. I have the mummy. That's the only person I have left. I feel like I had more. Oh, I had the Dollar Tree guys, but they were so tiny. I mean, they could have worked. Whatever. Let's just put this random mummy out here. We'll figure out stuff in a minute. Let's put graveyard back here. Let's put tombstone here. Mausoleum back here, maybe? Let's put the other mausoleum tombstones here. I'm going to put my new fresh tombstones up in front. I think they deserve it. I think they do. And we'll have the mummy running from him. Just because he can. Maybe let's have him right here. I don't know. I'm a little iffy on that. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. Like that. How's that? I don't know how I feel about that fully. It's something. Let's put the skeleton gazebo back there. Just because we can. I don't think that looks too bad, in all honesty. I feel like there needs to be a fence in front of that. Well, it's not fully done, but it sure is getting there. Maybe if I move that, move that. Put that there. Ooh, there we go. Because this house kind of covers up a lot of that. I don't know if you guys can see this. You probably can't. But let's just pretend it looks really good. Let's just pretend it looks awesome. Okay. Now the only thing I'm missing, and I do mean missing, are my trees and my leaves. Now, the ones with the glitter on them, I usually tend to put by witch kind of stuff, so Dragon's Lair I feel like is an appropriate spot for one such tree. Also, I don't know where my black lights are. Those seem to be MIA. Which is strange, but okay. Got another tree here. Let's put one in the graveyard. And let's do one in the middle of the town. I don't think that looks too bad. Oh, I forgot my snakes. Hey, thankfully these are rubber, so they can't break. Knowing Max, they still would. I'm just kidding. Let's put one on the Withered Mansion. And one coming out of the graveyard. Why not? Even the snakes got a party on Halloween. Come on. It's Halloween. Aren't we entitled to one good scare? I mean, really. Now, here's the thing about the fog. Here's what you gotta do. You gotta embrace the ever so awkwardness of pulling the cotton, because it does feel a little weird, not gonna lie. But once you get it out like that, it'll start to look like fog. Then you have it pouring over in the cemetery, or even if it looks like spider webs, it's still spooky. You just don't want it to look like snow. That's literally it. I mean, it could snow on Halloween. Who's to say? But yeah, let's do that. Let's put the fog. I think the fog is what really makes it... Maybe I should have put the leaves down first? What do you think? Let's put the leaves down first before I add the fog. I think that's a good idea. I've never used the leaves before. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. I don't know if my fan's going to blow them all over the place. I already lost some. Oh, no, that was the... Never mind. That was the tag. What can I say? Let me get 1 sec. See these leaves? I've always seen these in other villages, and I think they always look really, really cool. We're about to see how well these leaves look. These might be super messy and a pain in the butt. I'm sure it'll spruce some life into this village. You know what? It kind of has. Both been annoying and cool. I really hope my fan doesn't blow all of this to Kingdom Come. But you know what? Only time will tell. One thing's for sure, though. It sure does look cool. What I'm going to assume is that you kind of just throw these leaves out when the year's done and buy more next year, because I'm not going to really worry about these leaves. Need a few up here. Oh, I lost one. I want a red one up here. Why am I even worrying about colors at this point? Okay. That is kind of cool. I can definitely see... I can see the inspiration. What do you think about those leaves, folks? I think that's kind of cool. Alright, let me put a few more. I feel like Emerald Lagasse now. Bam! Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that feels good. Okay. Back to the fog. Do 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 do. This is royalty-free Mac music of the fog. Do 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 do. Would you like a Halloween station? Boo do 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 do. Okay. Not too bad. My fog. My precious. Now, I'm going to make sure all these work before I do my actual official video. But as it stands, this is looking kind of rad, guys. What can I say? Let's just put the rest in the graveyard. All right. Moment of truth time, campers. Moment of truth time. What do you think of this? Dun-dun-dun. 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 Ba-da-da-da. Toccata and E minor. Dun-dun-dun. Ba-da-da-da. Wow. This may be my favorite one I've done. It's hard to say. But there's only one way to find out. Bum bum bum. No more sound effects, I promise. Look at that. It's really cool in person. There's a big dark spot right there because of he who shall not be mentioned. Pumpkin patch. But even without those guys working, this is a cool, I mean a freaking cool display. Those leaves, the fog, everything really brings it out, really makes it pop. Let me spin it around here. I am really ecstatic about that. Let me turn my light back on. Wow. Okay, hauntformer, I see you. You like it? What do you think? It took about an hour to put together. An hour well spent, if I do say so. My spooky brethren. I'd say an hour well spent. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. What do you think, guys? I'm going to set this up so I can talk with you still, but I am flexing on everybody, aren't I? That's pretty rad. Woo! This is fun. When this is up, it starts to feel like Halloween. It really, really does. I usually put it up earlier, but it's nice to have it because now I have a good solid 2 months with this thing up. That's a good amount of time. For an hour's worth of work, it's not much, it's honest work. Each house gets its own little scene. It just comes together so well. I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful display, I have to say. And I'm not trying to be biased here, but this is really dope. And there are, of course, other Lemax people that do way better. Because, I mean, they put hours into theirs. But for me, just being me and doing my thing, I like it. I dig it. The fog looks good. The leaves really help it. I mean, without the leaves this year, would not have been the same. Hopefully they don't blow away because of my fan. That we'll find out when that comes. But, man, what a neat little display, guys. Okay, now if you'll give me a memento, that's a second or a moment, I'm going to position the camera. So I can chat for just a little while longer. The stream's already been about an hour, so if you have to go, that's cool by me. I know there's school, work, that kind of stuff tomorrow. I always don't like doing streams on the weekday, but I knew I needed to get this up. And I'd say it was worth it. Well worth the effort. So now I'm going to open this up to Q&A, kind of. Me just talking about random different stuff. It's the end of August. September is soon. October will be even sooner. I am stoked beyond measure for Halloween. It's going to be a good season, you guys. I have a lot of fun stuff planned. And I want to hear about your fun stuff planned, because I'm sure you got some stuff in the works that I would love to hear. So yeah, I will open this up now. What's your favorite building of all time? Out of the ones I own, probably the Withered Mansion, I'd say is up there as one of my all-time favorites. I like some of those old Egyptian pieces, too. We don't see a lot of mummy stuff anymore, but I do dig that. Also, the toy factory was really cool. I wish I would have gotten that one. Maybe I will in the future. Who knows? Can I buy your Withered Mansion from you? It's a piece I've always wanted. Josh! If you heard what I just said, then you know that that's a tough one for me. That would take some motivation. Yeah. But, you know, there's a price for everything, I suppose. I'm doing a farm-themed haunt, a real farm. That's pretty rad. I'm a big music guy, so I really like the zombie records. As am I. I love old vinyls. I have a vinyl shop by my house, and I dig it. So zombie records was up my alley. Up my Diagon alley. Harry Potter people. I'm reaching here. I'm on a budget. I don't want to use tarps for my walls anymore. Any recommendations? Deer fence. That's what I'm using this year because I'm outdoors too. Or very thin plywood. Maybe, but that's expensive. Can get expensive. Did you see how much the Killer Clown's gun was at Spirit? It was like $25. I'm definitely getting one. I sent you a super chat. I appreciate that immensely. It's, wow, $56 in super chats, guys. That's really, really thoughtful. You didn't have to donate anything. If you had your own Spirit Halloween store, what robots would you have in your store? I would love a robot, like an android robot. I really love creepy robots. I have my Limex Village set up too. That's cool. That is dope. Yo, you have the Jazz Cafe. I was thinking about that one. There's a lot of good pieces out there. What's your reaction if Spirit made a horror game character? I would love that. That would be really cool. Do I have Instagram? I do. It's Mac_Ralston. You can also find it in my channel information, whatever you want to call that. That's where it is. Mac, will you attend the Halloween Horror Nights I'm making on Roblox? Sure. I'm also attending the real Halloween Horror Nights, too. So, yeah, there's that. What's my favorite Halloween prop? Spasm. Spasm is my favorite. Was there a Haunted Mansion tombstone at Flagship? Yes, there was. It was actually pretty dope. Yeah, I love the Haunted Mansion. What do you think about Techie this year? Really glad for Techie. I think they're really making a comeback. I hope we see more of their stuff. I've always been a fan of their creativity. Which HHN house are you looking forward to? Beetlejuice, obviously. Even though I've seen the videos and some of it's a little funny. I mean, Beetlejuice is funny, but it's a little... besides that... Texas Chainsaw, of course. And they have a few originals that I like the detective one is piquing my curiosity. Your village was awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. How many animatronics am I buying this year? Well, I just bought something from Distortions. That'll be coming soon. Video on that when it comes. So that took a good chunk of my money, but I really wanted this item. I haven't seen any videos of it on YouTube, by the way. Exterminator, Shorty, and I already pre-ordered Beetlejuice and the Distortions item. So there's at least 4 new props coming my way soon, as well as the big spider over here, as well as the Limac stuff. Maybe some other stuff too. Pete was on my mind. Varmint was on my mind. We'll see if I actually end up getting all that. Sam was on my mind. We'll see. I'm creeping it real, but that's the stuff I like. Last year I only bought Miss Mercy, right? That is correct. I did. I wasn't very fluid, I should say, with my money last year, so I had to be a little conservative on my budget. What do you think of the 2 Scoops demo? I actually talked about 2 Scoops earlier. I really think it's creepy. I think it should have been in stores as opposed to props we saw last year. I like it. It's creepy. Now, clowns aren't my go-to thing anyway, so I probably wouldn't pick it up regardless, but yeah. And for all of you who don't know what Two Scoops is, it's a two-headed clown with a creepy little girl and an ice cream cone. Does everyone in your life support your passion for haunting, or they give you a hard time? Most of my family does, and friends. I have a few people that probably think it's a little weird, but you gotta do what you love, you know? I believe God's given me my passion for Halloween and horror and spooky stuff. I'll always do it, and I really love creating stories, scary stories, and so that's something that I've loved from being a kid till now. It's still like my favorite part of the Halloween season, scary stories. Whether that's creepypastas or whatever. Campfire tales, I love it. Let your freak flag fly. Say that 5 times fast. Will you be doing a video on the construction of your haunt? Not just a video, an entire vlog series. I already did part 1. More is coming soon. I love the Halloween movies. I do too. I'm ready for the new one. When it comes to the Halloween aesthetic, mine is a good mixture between family-friendly gothic. Yeah, it's a good one. I do a review of Coraline. I may have to do a series on animated scares. I think that would be a good idea. Do you think this year's theme lived up? I think this year is one of the best years for Spirit. I have strong opinions on some of the older years, specifically 2008, 9, 10, 11, and 12 and 13. That is the golden age of Spirit, in my opinion. But this year may be one of the best in terms of the interactivity of the theming and all of the props in it. I think are really phenomenal. Monster House, Mac. Watch Monster House. I've seen Monster House. It's scary. It scared me as a kid. Should I call my haunt the Death Harvest or the Dark Harvest? Ooh, Death Harvest is kind of creepy. I've heard Dark Harvest before, so maybe Death Harvest. Ooh, I'm glad you got the Halloween Kills mask. Let me pull up my phone, because I'm constantly having to scroll around here on my, my screen. Let me just pull you up right in front of me. Shall we? Put Shorty in your haunt because he's an alien. I would, but he's not really the alien that I'm going for, and he's also from a movie. But that's a good logic. Director, producer, writer, or actor for a scary movie or short film? Are you talking about the one I'm doing? I will be directing and writing. And producing, I guess. I don't know if I'll be acting in it. I may make a cameo in it. I usually make cameos in my movies, but we'll see. If you haven't, by the way, because a lot of my subscribers actually haven't, but last Halloween I posted a movie called Beholder of the Eye, and only like 700 people have seen it, which is still a lot, I mean, but in terms of all the subscribers I have, that's not as many as I had anticipated, so please go check that out. Put a lot of time into that, and I think it's really creepy. If you haven't seen it, it's about a psychic who runs into a demon. It's the basic plot. And then weird stuff ensues. So, yeah. Will you get the Witch Silver Shamrock mask? I will. I will be getting that mask. What do you think of the new Scream and Halloween movie? I am way too excited for both of them. And Candyman, which comes out this week. I like the classic black and white horror films. I do too. And a shirt of them is cool too. I'm doing a job interview at Spirit Halloween tomorrow. I wish you luck, soldier. Good luck. I'll watch that after this. Yes, please do. And let me know. You leave a comment. I'll see it. Go give that horror movie some love. I think it's really good, and I think one of the actors, is going to be returning for my next short. Rank the Halloween movie franchise? I feel like I already have. I know I did a series overview. I'm not going to count Rob Zombie movies, because not canon. Resurrection's the worst, followed by Halloween 5, maybe, then Halloween 6, then Halloween H2O, Halloween 4, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Halloween 1. From least to best. Let's go with that. Are there any masks you're going to be getting? I actually have bought several for the Haunt, and you will see those in an upcoming Haunt video. Michael Myers is behind me. What? Oh. Good thing you told me. What happened to Spectrum TV? Spectrum TV was really cool. I don't know if we're going to be making a comeback. I have other episodes on my computer, but there's just been so much going on, and there's other stuff that I've been having my hands into more, so it's kind of been on the back burner, unfortunately. Do you own the famous Home Depot skeleton? No. I have not succumbed to the 12-foot skeleton cult as of yet. It is cool, though. Worm people. Yes, worm people. Does your spasm still work? It does. But he's not very strong. The motor's not very strong. I hate Rob Zombie movies, just my opinion. I actually don't hate all of his movies. I actually really like The Devil's Rejects, House of a Thousand Corpses. His Halloween movies, though, while as movies themselves aren't terrible, as Halloween movies, they kind of suck. I do not care for the way he portrayed Michael. Have I seen Nosferatu 1922? Some of it, not all of it. Same with Phantom of the Opera. I have seen a lot of those old classic movies. I have been wanting to get more into the silent films as well. They're harder to get into, but I'm excited for them. What am I going to school for? I'm going for psychology. I'd like to be a therapist or a counselor. As well as a writer, of course. What's my favorite Spear Halloween theme of all time? Zombie Wasteland. Zombie Wasteland. Also, Mike Kroll, the Spirit theme designer, his favorite theme as well. I talked to him at Flagship. He confirmed it. I'm just saying. For Thanksgiving, you have to watch Thanksgiving 3. It's so bad. I'm very scared to watch Thanksgiving 3. I watched Thanksgiving last Thanksgiving. I watched it live, actually, and you can see my disgust. Maybe. That's a big maybe. I'm scared. How about a review of Hocus Pocus? Maybe. I don't know. I like to stick to more scary, but perhaps I will. And would you do another Scary Stories contest? I've seen a lot of people asking about this. The answer is probably I will. I just have to find the details and all that jazz. But you guys seem to want to do another contest, so I'm down. I did a couple movies based around some super really Fast and Furious vehicles. I'm looking forward to it. Ooh, I'm intrigued. Do you still make custom props? I do. I do make custom props. I haven't made one in a little while. For the Haunt, I'm probably going to make some basic ones. Nothing too crazy, but we'll see. If I do, you'll probably see a video of it. Have I seen The Green Knight? Not yet. It's on my list. I've read the book. It's a good book. They should do a Spear Halloween prop where it's Jack from The Shining, like the Hauntress. I would actually prefer, I talked about this in the video, but if it was the Caretaker as Jack. Because the Hauntress mech only works for ones that are, like, cloaked. I don't know how they would pull legs off without it looking bad. Because I thought about that for Freddy Krueger, too. What do you think is the worst year for Spirit? Also did a video on this. It's... I'm trying to think. It's probably 2016 or 2018. Was it 2017 or 18 that had the Area 31? Because it's not that one. I loved Area 31. The one with the farm. Wasn't bad, but certainly lackluster. Between 2016 and 18, I'd say. It's a tie. Those are both not the best. Doing a voodoo swamp, that's very cool. Any ideas on how to make it more voodoo-like? Voodoo dolls always conjure the images of voodoo, as well as like shrunken heads and that kind of weird stuff, putting heads on stakes, that kind of deal, cattails. Voodoo, you got to get kind of into that southern New Orleans vibe, skeletons, all that jazz. I think it's so interesting that Spasms is the main picture for the Russian sleep experiment. I agree. And if you like the Russian sleep experiment, check out my creepypasta, shameless plug, Grayscale, which is on the wiki. It's very akin to the Russian sleep experiment, and I love that kind of mysterious, historical vibe. That's on the wiki. Usually come to Las Vegas, I'd like to meet you. I would be down to go to Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Did I already finish the Spooky Town? Bing! It's right behind me. But you can go back when the stream is over and watch me assemble it all over again. As many times as you want. Have I seen Nosferatu, the 70s version? No. Actually, I didn't even know they remade it. Looking back on it, how do you feel about the coat rack monster? Good idea. Execution could have been better. Not a strong pop-up. Mine kind of broke and has had issues for a long, long time. So my answer is fine, but not great. Not as much as I liked it before. I put it in my top 10. It's not my top 10 anymore. I heard he's doing an adaptation of The Munsters. I believe you're referring to Rob Zombie. He is. I'm very sketched but curious as to how Rob Zombie is going to make The Munsters, which is like a family-friendly show. I watched a lot of episodes of it. Favorite Twilight Zone episode? I love the Twilight Zone, so it's really hard, but what's it called? It's called The Escape Clause. It's an episode where a what's it called where you think you're sick all the time, you're about to die? Where's with an H? Well, that. Whatever that is, that. This guy thinks that he's gonna die, like, all the time, or that he's dying. A hypochondriac. Thank you, hypochondriac. It's about a hypochondriac thinks he's gonna die all the time, and so he makes a deal with the devil where he can't die, but then well, I won't tell you the ending, but he gets into some circumstances where he basically wants to die. Great episode. Anything with making deals with the devil always intrigues me, because of my religious background and stuff. I always find the good versus evil clash really interesting. That's why I love movies like Halloween. Do I have the 2009 Spooky Town Mausoleum? I don't. I'm sure it's cool, though. You're gonna be vastly needed in modern society. Facts. How impractical are the Jokers? Very impractical. I heard, Chug Chug Pickles is a new member of the Impractical Jokers, as is Crangus McBasketball. What do you think was the most horrible year for Spirit? I already answered that a little bit ago. It's either 16 or 18. My cousin made a horror film with a small studio called Sixth Sense Films. The film's called Naughty List. Interesting. Cool. You know what happened to Distorted Figures? I think he just stopped doing them, which is kind of sad because he had such a good talent. I want a classic Jimmy Jack Torrance. Whew. What I would pay. I told you I'll work with you for free. You gotta hit me up, dude. Alright, I will definitely let you know. As of right now, I haven't started any work on it, so depending on where I'm at and what I need will determine what resources I may or may not need. My costume this Halloween, I don't know yet. I was thinking about that today. Part of me wanted to do something from a recent movie, and then part of me wanted to do a throwback like Killer Clowns. I don't know yet. I kind of want to do something without a mask, because I'm going to be wearing a mask all Halloween. For the haunt, I have a costume picked out. But for like parties and family occasions, I don't know. What's one horror movie that freaked you out the most? Hereditary. That movie is whack. What's your favorite movie that's not horror? Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. I've actually been to the town where it was filmed. I love that movie. It makes me cry. I'm a very sentimental person. And I really enjoy that movie. Good premise, too. It almost is a horror movie in terms of its premise. Twilight Zone, I should say. When will I post on the Glog? Hopefully soon. I wanted to revive the Glog, probably after Halloween, though. Do I use scents in my haunt? I sometimes do. I may bring them back this year. We will see what scents I can find. I know Spirit is offering scents, so I'm curious. Excited for Ghostbusters Afterlife? I am. I'm not hoping for much. I don't think you'll ever capture what the original Ghostbusters did, but I'm just hoping for an entertaining film. Are you planning on getting a new Lemax piece for 2021? I already got the, right there, the, Zombie Records. That's my newbie. And some tombstones. When are you publishing your book? I was trying to this Halloween. Actually, I was trying to do last Halloween. I don't know if I will, because I'm very detail-oriented, so if it's not out this Halloween, then expect it by next Halloween. But a lot of the stories that are going to be in the book are already published online. You can find them at my Creepypasta link. Maybe I should post that in my description. Maybe I'll make a video on my Creepypastas. We'll see. Which Creepypasta, if you don't know, is just internet horror stories. It's just where you find them. The book will have those, as well as some ones that you can only get if you get the book. The book will have longer stories with different characters and stuff like that. It's like an anthology book, and then I'm planning on also releasing some other books that are just one cohesive story in the future. Have I watched The Conjuring or The Nun? All of the above. I've seen all of the Conjuring movies. What's a great, good haunt wall material on a budget? Again, I would say deer fence or very thin pieces of plywood. What's the scariest prop I own? That's tough. I think Electrified Corpse is one that always freaks me out. It always makes me, ugh. It always shocks me, pun intended. What's your favorite candy and why is it Reese's? It actually is Reese's. I love Reese's. It is my favorite candy. It's when I do my Halloween candy bracket thing this year, it's going to be really hard to beat Reese's. I'll tell you that. Favorite South Park episode? I have not watched South Park. I'm sorry. Couldn't tell you a lot about the show. Goosebumps book. Favorite Goosebumps book and or episode? I always loved Monster Blood when I was a kid, as well as The Night of the Living Dummies and the one about the sponge. Say Cheese and Die was good. I'm getting really nostalgic here. Bad Hair Day. I actually have a copy of Bad Hair Day that Jaden's videos gave me. All those. Welcome to Horrorland. I loved Goosebumps. That was my jam in elementary school. It's a cookbook. Good episode, too. Have you watched any of the Tales from the Dark Side? I have not, sadly. I guess I should, maybe. Do I think The Exorcist is overrated? No, because it's the best movie of all time. I think The Exorcist, there's scenes from The Exorcist that are not overrated, but focused on a lot. Like, the ending is only, like, the last 20 minutes, and that's what everyone talks about. I think the whole movie as a whole is fantastic. It's probably my favorite horror movie along with The Shining. If you mean overrated in the sense of, like, it's talked about a lot, then I agree with you, as well as Halloween being a little bit overrated as well. But they're classics. They did the job well. They're good movies. They're scary. That's all you can hope for in a horror film. Let's see. I'm undecided on my college major. I'm thinking about going for script writing. So, my recommendation, I've said this before, I would recommend going for more of practical jobs in college, finding something that you know can make money, because the thing is, something creative like screenplay writing or filmmaking or any of that jazz is so up in the air, you're not guaranteed to make money from it, and so you're paying for a degree that may not make even any money, so you're like doubling down on how much less money you're going to have. So my recommendation is pick something practical to go to school for, and then make your side hustle, your side passion, your creative art. That's my opinion anyways. Because that way, you can fully focus on that. Because when you're forced to write scripts, as you will if you are a professional, they may not be what you want to write. And that can be disheartening sometimes. You must read Autumn Crow. It's a collection of short stories, but one story is based off I Feel Fantastic. That sounds incredible. I will definitely check that out. Favorite X-Files episode? The pilot is really good, actually. There's also an episode about a computer, like a living brain computer. I like that one a lot, too. I'm buying your book 100%. Thank you so much. That is really cool. And it's good. If you are into creativity, keep writing, keep sharing. Share your ideas. Just do it. Just get up and do it. I actually, after the stream, I want to continue writing a story that I started this morning. Because you just got to get this out into the world so other people can appreciate it. Did I watch Fear Street? I haven't yet. It's on my radar, though. I want to watch it for this upcoming season. Did you know Ryan Gosling was in Say Cheese and Die? What? That's whack. I believe it, though. Excited for the Chucky TV show? I am. I'm just going through a bunch of comments. What horror movie vehicle would you want to own? I would want Christine. I love that movie. And that car. I was making movies until 2008 when the market crashed. Get a trade and degree in something solid. That's my suggestion with years of experience. Yeah, so basically kind of what I was saying. Never not do your passion, but realize that people don't need a filmmaker. People don't need a writer. People don't need an actor. They need practical stuff. They need someone to press what button for their gas. They need someone to bring their food. They need somebody to fix their Wi-Fi. They don't need the other stuff. But they want it. And wants and needs are both important. But in the whole money-making scheme, that's where that lies. Please watch Train to Busan. You have told me to watch it. I will watch it. I've been wanting to see it. Jason Goes to Hell was a good movie. I will check it out. I need to watch that one and Jason X, and I will have finished all of the Friday the 13th movies. Can I review the Fear Street trilogy? I will, maybe, after I watch them. Thoughts on modern horror directors such as Ari Aster and Robert Eggers? I love both of them. I think The Witch was better than The Lighthouse, but I like them both. I think Hereditary was a lot better than Midsommar. I wasn't a huge fan of Midsommar. I prefer The Wicker Man. I love Jordan Peele, both Get Out and Us. And his upcoming movie, I forgot the name. Whatever. It's not Candyman, because he's not directing that. Something weird. It's got a weird name. And then, who are other modern horror directors? I don't know. I'll let that sit. I'll let that sit. Favorite movie from Stephen King books? The Shining, Misery, Christine. Those are some of my favorites when it comes to thinking about the movies. Have you seen the Michael Myers vs. Jason short film? I probably have. I've also seen the Michael Myers, can't talk, versus Ghostface short film. Now that's a short film. Who's your favorite Jason actor? Psh, Kane Hodder. I met the guy. He's super cool. He has a really good documentary about him called To Hell and Back. Watch that. It's a good documentary. Dude, I love your shirt. Thank you, Bradley. Gotta rep the merch. Well, it's not my merch, but gotta rep Halloween. You need to be verified? I would like to think so. I'm sure I will soon. Horror Hell Episode 2, Ginger Dead Man. I have tried to watch Ginger Dead Man. I will try again and maybe do it live. Addams Family review? Perhaps. I know I'm doing a review of Beetlejuice this year, so look forward to that. Original Pet Sematary was the best. Yes, way better than that new... whatever that was. Favorite action movie of all time? Oh, that's different. It's a tie between RoboCop and Die Hard. Both great movies. I'm hoping Netflix will green light anything by the time I get into the industry. We can only hope. It's difficult to say, but if you start small, I would say start small scale, write stuff that can work with a few actors, few minimal locations, and within years, once you get that under your belt, just start working on it now, and you'll get there. I resorted to a lot of short story and book writing because that lets me fully express ideas that I can't actually go out and shoot, but I am trying to do those too because I like small scale. It 1990 or 2017, I think Tim Curry was a really creepy clown, but the 2017 movie is a much more better made film, but I wasn't a big fan of it too. What's my favorite clown animatronic? I'd say maybe like Waving Wally or Silent and Deadly or Wacky Mole or Thrashing Clown. One of those. Probably the first two. I like the subtle clowns, but I also like sometimes the boisterous ones like Wacky Mole as well. You like Ghostbusters 2016? It was a fun movie, but it's nowhere, it doesn't touch the original with the 10-foot pole. But it was fun, passable 2016 movie. Favorite Tales from the Crypt episode? I've actually never seen it. I'm sorry. I'm a creep show guy. I'm sorry. I feel bad. Favorite Wasteland? Zombie Wasteland is greater than your favorite theme. It is my favorite theme, so we're on the same page. We're fighting the wrong people. Favorite Disney animation from the Renaissance era? What is the Renaissance era? Is what, that the 90s? Aladdin? I'm not a big Disney nut, so it's hard to say. What's your thoughts on Tim Burton working on the Wednesday television series? That's actually a good thing. I'd like to see what Tim Burton can do with that source. What's your favorite killer doll film? Child's Play 2. Creepy movie. Great movie. Funny movie. All of the above. What's your favorite zombie prop? Ooh, good one. Ooh, I feel a little anxious, if you know what I mean. Favorite zombie prop? Eaten Alive is one of them. I did a video where I talked about a lot of the zombie props that I wish I had. Flesh-eating zombies cool. Twilight Twitcher is cool. Zombies in general I just enjoy a lot. Do I have any Atmos effects decor? I do. I haven't used it in a while. I used it back in like 2016 and 17, but maybe I'll use it again. Do you wish they had Killer Clowns from Outer Space 2? Absolutely. Absolutely. They were supposed to do one by now. Have I seen Dead Silence? Yeah. It's actually one of the scarier horror movies out there, and no one talks about it. Good movie. James Wan. Would you rather drink Beetlejuice or eat a spider? Probably eat a spider, because the juice of the beetle, it just would be a weird texture thing. I'm a texture-based eater. That'd be a little off. What are your thoughts on the Home Depot alien. Glad it's an alien. Not glad that it was kind of cutesy. I like creepy aliens. It's fine. It's passable. It's fine. More aliens. I'm going to do another rant on aliens eventually. Just hold your horses. I'll get there. What's your favorite scarecrow prop? Barnyard Butcher, probably. If that's a scarecrow. I think he is. It's creepy. Favorite actor and actress? That's tough, man. I mean, there's modern actors I like, and there's also classic actors like Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. Willem Dafoe I really like. But there's also new ones. I like Christian Bale. I like Leonardo DiCaprio. Actresses is even harder. Toni Collette. That's a good question. That's a good question, yeah. Have I ever seen a ghost or had supernatural experience? Thank you for the super chat. I don't really believe in ghosts necessarily, but while I was filming Strange Spectrum, one of the episodes that was unreleased as of now, which is another channel that I'm featured on, which is like a paranormal investigating channel, we were walking down this train track that people had apparently committed on. I don't want to say it. YouTube gets a little freaky. A sewer slide on. And we're walking down the train tracks, and I'm talking to my buddy, and this rock goes right over his head, like fast, like someone chucked it right past both of us. I'm like, dude, did you see that? So we looked. There was no one at all. Still don't know where that rock came from. Like I said, I don't really believe in ghosts necessarily, but I do believe in spiritual stuff, obviously, because of my background. But yeah, that was a spooky turn of events. I'm super excited to reveal my animatronic to everyone soon. That is cool. I will have to stay tuned, jolly old Saint Nicholas. Lend your ear this way. Won't you tell a single soul what I'm about to say? Should I get Johnny Punk? No. Don't do it. Get anything else. Explain the entire FNAF lore right now. Well, which one? There's like 20 different time things. Well, you have William Afton, who's the purple guy, or maybe he's the phone guy. And William Afton murdered these kids in Fredbear's Family Diner, and the Marionette put their bodies in the animatronics, and they became Freddy, Bonnie, Chica. I'm not gonna talk in that voice anymore. Watch Game Theory. What animatronic do you want the most? Ghostface, the original Michael Myers, and Hannibal Lecter is probably the top. All those old animatronics from Jemmy. Chucky versus Blade, who would win? Chucky. Favorite Robin Williams movie? I don't know. I'd probably say Aladdin off the top of my head because that really showed his vocal strengths, but I'll think about that one. Favorite science fiction movie? Does this count The Fly? I love The Fly. I think that's a really good sci-fi horror film. Favorite sitcom? I don't know. Rabbits by David Lynch. That doesn't count, but I don't know. I don't watch a lot of sitcoms. Jimmy only had the same quality today. What should I get for my birthday? I don't know. What should you get for your birthday? Check out Distortions. Their stuff's cool. I love them. What's the scariest movie that you couldn't continue watching? I ran out of Annabelle when I saw Annabelle in the theater when I was a kid. That doesn't count because I went back and finished it, but when I was a kid, that movie freaked me out. Now they're not too scary anymore. Uh, I had to stop watching Gerald's Game because I had to lay on the floor because I got sick because I don't do well with gore, and that movie got really gory for like one scene, and I just couldn't do it. I think I finished the rest because I wanted to see what happened, but that was a rough one. Home Alone 1 or 2 and Ghostbusters 1 or 2. Both of those, the answer is number 1, but their sequels are pretty good too. Home Alone's sequel is much closer to it than Ghostbusters 2 is to Ghostbusters, but they're both fun movies. Is Distortions expensive? It depends what you find. Some of their stuff is, like, in the thousands. Some of it isn't, in, like, the hundreds to 200s, like a Spirit prop would be. What do I think of the Evil Dead movies? I love the Evil Dead. Especially Evil Dead 1 and 2, Ash vs. the Evil Dead. Army of Darkness is fun. It's not my favorite thing. And I haven't seen the reboot. So I should probably watch that. Watch Room 1408. I think I have it or something similar to it. I will add that to the watch list. Definitely. Best part of The Shining, Delbert Grady and Jack talking in the red bathroom. I could watch that scene a million times. Super creepy. And the fact that he might just be talking to himself in the mirror. Creepy. I'm waiting for the Siren Head mask. I'm actually expecting to get that for review, as well as other Creepypasta masks, so you'll have to stay tuned for that. That's all I'll say. What's your opinion on FNAF as a whole? First game's good. Second game's good. Third game is fine for story purposes, but not the best video game. Sister Location is pretty good. Outside of that, I don't really care. I don't need to read all the books. I don't need to... What made it creepy is that you didn't really know what was going on. When you explain everything, it makes it less scary, and now the fandom is like a lot of little kids with stuffed animal Freddy Fazbear's at Target. Not as scary as it once was. I prefer the Scary Freddy. Bring back Scary Freddy. It's the Target bathroom, it is. From The Shining. Best Halloween-themed movie? Well, Halloween, obviously. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I love that movie. And Trick or Treat. The 80s version of The Thing. I've seen The Thing. I love The Thing. John Carpenter classic. I will answer a few more questions, and then I will bite the bullet, which means I'll leave. But I'll be back. Worst movie I've ever seen. That's a hard question. I always answer this by saying Kit Kittredge, An American Girl Story, because it's so boring to me. That's like the definition of what I don't want to watch. A lot of those like romance Hallmark movies I can't stand. I need some grit. Every time I'm watching a Christmas Hallmark movie where they're like, let's go on a date. Let's kiss underneath the Christmas tree in the park. I'm like, can a zombie come out and bite someone, please? Will I continue my horror game series? Yeah, probably. I just gotta find another game to play. I have some ideas. The Halloween franchise is barely about Halloween itself. That's true. I think the third one's actually the most about Halloween itself. Some of the sequels, like the Thorn, when it gets into the Thorn stuff, I really don't care about that at all. Best comedy of all time. Hard one. Either The Naked Gun or Airplane. Really funny movies. I also love the original Vacation. I also like, I don't know, a lot of those 80s screwball comedies like Caddyshack, whatever the case may be. Check out Devour. I will. That's a 80s or a cheapo horror game. In the 80s, there were Freddy gloves. It does the same thing with horror movies, man. What's the one thing you don't like about Halloween? Now, that's a good question, Cameron. One thing I don't like about Halloween is people getting really intoxicated and getting really drunk and driving around and hurting people. Just have a fun party, have a fun time, just be safe. Safety is a big issue, and also people ruining the holiday with, I don't know, by just being mean. There's a great line in The Nightmare Before Christmas where they go, "That's our job, but we're not mean in our town of Halloween," and I think it really stands to say that Halloween is scary in a fun way. If you're making kids scared and they aren't into it, then you're missing the point. Halloween is about having fun. It's not about being mean. It's not about hurting people. It's about the enjoyment and the mockery of the evil and the scary. To say, we're not scared of this and we make light of it. That is what Halloween is to me. That's why it's the best holiday. People smashing pumpkins is a big deal too. Watch out for Sam. Kill you. Puppet Master versus Demonic Toys. I have not seen Demonic Toys, so I'd have to go with Puppet Master just out of tap out. I don't know. Should they do a Nightmare Before Christmas sequel? No. I really don't think there's anything more they could... That story is so condensed to that one specific thing. If they tried to do it again, I think it would lose all the magic. What would they do? The only thing I thought of is if you went to through a different holiday's door, but I feel like it just doesn't have the same effect as Christmas or in Halloween. You can't really... What, the Easter? The Easter before Halloween? Or the nightmare before Easter? It just doesn't work. Can you play Dead by Daylight with me on my birthday? I will try, if I'm able. What's your favorite killer clown? Rudy, I think. I like him. A lot of the clowns are cool. Hi, Nicholas, and I am buying animatronics. More coming soon. I want to see a Nightmare Before Christmas remake with extreme amounts of lore. I don't know. I feel like the original has just the right amount of lore for me. I like lore that doesn't tell you everything. It lets you make up and interpret stuff in your head. That's why Five Nights at Freddy's was so interesting at the get-go, and now it's ruined. Sounds good. Yeah, just contact me on Instagram. Have you and Jaden plan of doing other things besides store tours? We sometimes work on each other's haunt stuff, and we're actually working on haunt movies and little audio stuff. I actually wrote a script for audio for my haunt, and that'll be out sometime. This is the best channel ever. Thank you so much. Do you have any Exorcist stuff? I have the full-size Reagan right over there. What's one remake you wish was never made? I don't know if this is my definite answer, but it's one that I just saw, so it's fresh, is, Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Bad movie. Poor acting. The only thing good about it was the guy who played Freddy Krueger. Other than that, music was inferior to the original. The effects weren't as scary. Just overall, why? Just don't do it. Nope, I don't do it. Yeah, bad storyline. They messed up the whole plotting of the movie. It just didn't make any sense. If I could make a horror film, what would it be about? That is a loaded question. I have many ideas. I have ideas for scripts and stuff always in the back of my head. I probably have 10 of them. I'll give you my main one. It's a movie I want to make called Manifested. It actually may become a feature film. May become a feature film in the next 5 years. I'm talking to some of my friends who are filmmakers, and myself. The basic plot would be about a guy who... It's funny because, I mean, it kind of has to do with quarantine, I guess, but it goes beyond, like, COVID. I say COVID so I don't get, you know. It's about a guy who has to do quarantine due to... He may have contracted an illness when he went overseas for a business trip. And this therapist teaches him how to make imaginary friends, called tulpas, if you know what that is, who can interact with him while he's at his house. And so they become kind of personifications of different people in his life and people that he wish he had in his life, like a girlfriend or his deceased dad. And he begins to disorient and can't figure out who in the world is real and who are in his mind. And so the only way he thinks he can get rid of the imaginary people in his head are to kill them. And so he basically becomes a madman out of the wrong reason. So that's one of the ideas I would want to do. I see about making the Sandman's Pillow into a film. That was great. I really appreciate that, Cinderella. If you haven't read that one, to the other people watching, that is my newest story that I just posted, and I think it's a really good idea, so I appreciate that you like that. I would love to make that one into a movie as well. I will be wrapping up this stream shortly, just so you guys know. It's been almost 2 hours. We have 4 minutes until 2 hours, and I think that's when I'm going to call it quits. Again, if you didn't get to see this get assembled, go back and watch it when the stream is over in the next 3 minutes. Can I make a vid on writing tips? I want to be a horror author. I could use the advice. Absolutely. I would love to do that. So I will plan to do that soon. DC or Marvel? They're both good in their own regards. Overall, Marvel, Spider-Man and Batman are the best heroes, and they're both from the different ones. DC works because of its more grittiness, and Marvel works because of its funness. Those are the basics. Do I like Tremors with Kevin Bacon? I do. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I enjoyed it a lot when I was younger. Favorite Dead by Daylight killer? As of right now, Freddy Krueger. I think he is a really good killer. I like his perks that he comes with, and his kills, also because he's Freddy Krueger. So, yeah. I like your older videos, but your newer ones are awesome too. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try to pay homage to my old stuff and introduce new content. Yeah. Favorite Tim Burton movie besides Nightmare Before Christmas? Actually, that's not even... I mean, it's his idea, but it's not his direction. It's Henry Selick. Favorite Tim Burton movie is Beetlejuice, followed by the movie Ed Wood, which no one talks about, and I really recommend it. It's about a 1950s sci-fi horror filmmaker who makes the worst movie ever made, allegedly, called Plan 9 from Outer Space. And it's not the worst movie ever made, but it got that name. While you're not talking to me, please let me know. I'm sorry, Jennifer, I didn't see any questions from you. Feel free to pop one down in the comments. I'd be glad to answer. Underrated horror movie, The Wicker Man from 1973. I never see people talking about it, and I consider it one of the all-time classics. Do you wish Spirit would add more props with gore? Yes, I actually had an idea. Tell me what you think of this, Spirit fans. The front theme is a more child-friendly, family-appropriate theme, and the back theme is more for the more mature adult stuff with more gory stuff. I think that would be good so parents don't have to make their kids go to the back and they can have a warning, but I think it would be fair for the people that want to see those more intense decorations. Rapidly answering all these questions now because we only have like 2 minutes left. I think it would be scary if they did a movie where my imaginary friend becomes a killer. That would be creepy. I think there's already ideas similar to that. Not entirely. Worst horror movie ever. I don't know. There's a lot of bad horror movies out there. I'll give you one that disappointed me. The Howling. I was let down. It was a Joe Dante directed movie. It was about werewolves. It should have been great, and it was just kind of could have been a lot better. Overrated horror movie. I don't know off the top of my head. I think It, of recent memory. It was good, but it wasn't great, and that's all I see is like it. It's not that good. Just because you like Pennywise, I guess. What's the scariest horror film killer? Probably Michael Myers, because he's so mysterious. I like him. But also Leatherface, because if you saw that break into your house with a chainsaw, you would be scared too. I am going to wrap it up now. We are just hitting the 2-hour mark. If you have more questions that you want to send me, you can either send me a DM or we will continue this in a future stream. I plan to do more live streams before Halloween, so keep all those questions in the back of your head. I see questions now about Spirit, Basket Case, funny horror films. Thank you guys. I will answer more of these soon. Thank you for watching. If you don't already, follow me on my social media. I'm on Instagram, Facebook. You can find those links. I also have a new shirt merch out for the haunted house this year. I'm going to make more for the season, hopefully. Go back and watch the stream if you didn't get to see me assemble all that. As well as check out my scary stories on the Creepypasta wiki. If you haven't, I will try to share those more. Stay tuned for Hauntober, for more store tours. Stay tuned for whatever else I can think of. There's a lot coming. Short films, videos, you name it. Thank you guys. Halloween's coming soon. And remember, for all things Halloween, this is Hauntformer.